What's up, everybody? This is Romero Phillips, your favorite real estate agent. So here we are, week 17. Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Cleveland Browns. First and foremost, Happy New Year to everybody. 2026 will prove to be a great year. My word for this year is consistency. If you stay consistent, you will yield results. But let's get back to this Browns and Steelers. I am going to start calling Shedeur Sanders Shedeur Sanders or Shedeur Sanders because he sure did win the game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. He held the Pittsburgh Steelers to only 6 points, which is 2 field goals. And I know somebody out there saying he didn't do anything, but you know what? If you guys can attribute every loss that the Browns had under Shedeur Sanders' tenure to Shedeur Sanders, well, guess what? We about to contribute the wins from now on to Shedeur Sanders. And guess what? Shedeur Sanders did win the game. Now, if you have to blame anybody for losing the game, you got to blame Aaron Rodgers. This guy was throwing uncharacteristic throws. I mean, this guy's a future Hall of Famer, probably arguably one of the best quarterbacks in the league, even today, probably. But he dirting balls on purpose, throwing errant passes on purpose, all because he don't want to give up the sack total. Thumbs down, 1 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I'm just telling you, they could not do anything, in my opinion, with the Cleveland Browns. Who we got here? Mr. Jeudy. Now, we got to talk about Jeudy because Jeudy, he has something to prove. He was targeted 7 times. He had five receptions for 54 yards. I mean, the guy was catching the ball. He was a tear out there. He looked like the number 1 receiver, but I think it's too little too late. He gonna have a chance against the Cincinnati Bengals, and we gonna find out. But and I think Fannin would have had a better day, but he re-aggravated his groin. And some people say it was a short pass, but when you analyze the play, Shedeur Sanders saw the safety coming over the top, and he threw the ball short, and Fannin just made a hell of an adjustment to probably an unscripted back shoulder throw and scored the touchdown, the only touchdown by either team in the game. So let's stop talking that talk. We're dealing with pro players, and who is that? Shedeur Sanders and the young receiving core, they are starting to come together. Just the rookie core period is starting to come together. Whether we talk about Junkins, Fannin, Isaiah Bond, and some of the other young players, Schlesinger, Mason Graham. This draft class that we have, along with Shedeur Sanders, I think this is going to pay off for the Browns if we stick with it. There's a lot of rumors going around that the Browns going to pick a quarterback. Let me tell y'all, stop it. Shedeur Sanders right now, in my opinion, and I'm going to say it once again, in my opinion, he is probably the best rookie quarterback in the league right now. And he shows it every weekend. I can't wait for the Cincinnati game. Shedeur Sanders. Watch this now. 17 out of 23 attempts for 186 yards, 1 TD, and 2 interceptions. 1 interception wasn't his fault, but it was still chalked up to him. Now, I'm reading the stats because I'm going to slide over to our Hall of Famer, Aaron Rodgers, future Hall of Famer. He had 39 attempts, but only completed 21 passes for 168 yards. No TDs, no interceptions, and he took 2 sacks. Who had the better game? If it wasn't for the two interceptions, I would say Shedeur Sanders had a better game. But guess what? Shedeur Sanders had the better game because Shedeur Sanders won the game. Pittsburgh Steelers, stop your squilling. I understand that they call y'all the Pittsburgh Squillers. I don't understand. Why are everybody mad because of whether it was a pass interference call at the end of the game or not on Ward in the back of the end zone? If the receiver was smart, he would have jumped into Ward to get that pass interference. But no, he jumped back and tried to catch the ball or whatever he did, and it was a no call. So what? The Pittsburgh Steelers been getting those type of calls against the Browns for what, 20 years, and now you guys upset because of 2 or 3 calls going our way. Man, stop it. Go Browns. Who we talking about now? We talked about Jared. Oh, Cedric Tillman came to life. See, some of these guys know their job on the line, but I'm glad he caught the ball. But hey, bro, you got to get open more often. It ain't no excuse for you not to get open. You the biggest guy on the field. Come on now, make something happen out here. Let's see here. Who we got? We talked about Harold Fannin. We talked about Jeudy. Isaiah Bond, he okay, one pass for 16 yards. Okay, he did his thing. But they taking away his weapons. One weapon went out the game injured, and then they took away one weapon, which was Isaiah Bond. And then we have Jeudy and Tillman left. Let's go back up to the running back. Now with the running game, it was good enough to win. We have 4 different rushers for 78 yards. Dylan Sampson, Raheem Sanders, Shedeur Sanders, and Travion Williams. 25 carries for a combined 78 yards. Now, any other game, this wouldn't probably cut the mustard, but the Browns had a couple things going in their favor. We did score a touchdown. Our kicker did manage to push through 2 field goals, which made it 13-7. But I think more importantly, when I look at the fumbles over here on the Pittsburgh Steelers side, they had 3 fumbles, but they recovered 1. But they had 3 fumbles, and 2 of those fumbles, the Browns recovered, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 2 of those fumbles, they covered the Jaylen Warren fumble, and they recovered the Aaron Rodgers fumble. And sometimes those things make the difference in the game. Let's take a look at our defense now. So Carson Schlesinger, to my surprise, is not at the top of the defense. Well, let me talk about Myles Garrett first. They held Myles Garrett to what? And it was disappointing, but not to 1 solo tackle. 1 solo tackle. And that solo tackle made a difference when he made it. So he was on his different making tip. But against Cincinnati, I think Myles Garrett would get between 2 and 4 sacks. He would definitely get the record. He would get between 2 and 4 sacks. Now, the top of the defense this week is Devin Bush. 5 solo tackles and 1 tackle for loss. Pretty good. Let's see here. Oh yeah. Every time I see Carson Schlesinger, y'all act like y'all don't understand. Carson Schlesinger. Here we go. Carson Schlesinger. 3 solo tackles. No tackles for loss and no quarterback hits. But watch this, he's right up there at number 2. We had Grant Delpit, 7 solo tackles. No tackle for loss, and no quarterback hit. So let's go down. Mason Graham. Mason Graham with 4 solo tackles. He's showing up in the stat column. He had 1 tackle for loss. Who had that? Grant Delpit had a quarterback hit. See, these things make a difference in the game. Who we got? We got Mason Graham. Then we got Jerome Baker. Yeah, he had 1 tackle, but he had and that tackle was a tackle for loss. It means something. Tyson Campbell, 3 tackles and 1 tackle for loss. Yeah, we remember that play that he snuffed out with that wide receiver screen. Snuffed it out. Tackle for loss. Alex Wright, 2 tackles. 2 tackles. 1 sack. What he got? 2 tackles for loss and 2 quarterback hits. I'm telling you, when these guys getting these quarterback hits, it's trouble. We have another guy down here with a quarterback hit. Who is it? I'm sorry. It was Myles Garrett with the quarterback hit. So he had 1 solo tackle and a QB hit. So as we looking at Shelby Harris, no tackles, but he had a quarterback hit. So these plays make the difference in the game. Turnovers and quarterback hits, because even though people say, "Oh, that really don't mean anything," let me tell you something. When you put the quarterback on his back, or you always hounding him some kind of way, it makes a difference in his playability. No matter who you are, you could be Aaron Rodgers, Drew Brees, Tom Brady, Dan Marino. If you put the quarterbacks on their back or on their butt enough times, it's going to have a impact in the game. But Shedeur Sanders, or do y'all like Shedeur Sanders? This guy is a phenom. You may not like it, but guess what? When the Browns record, when they get to the playoffs next year, you're going to love it, whether you're a Browns fan or not. Look, in the Cleveland Browns need to get in that NFL draft next year, draft a wide receiver. They need to draft 2 offensive linemen and plug in holes wherever else they need. We have our franchise quarterback. And with that, I'm out.